All right, everybody. This is your boy Trey. But let's just talk Trey. Again, just like the last person I brought on here, where we just talked. Her name was Kirsten. I just wanted to bring her on here and just to literally, pick her brain. Just see what was up with her and things of that nature. And so, just like her, the same person I wanted to bring on here and pick her brain. Just talk to her. Just sit down and talk because I've gotten to know her over the past few weeks. Um, Pretty very cool person. Not just pretty, but very cool person. She's a cousin of somebody that I've already interviewed on here before, Marion, who's also MayMay. You guys may remember her as well. But this is her cousin. And so I added her on Snap and we've, again, been seeing each other's stories here and there. We came across each other, started talking a little bit. She started telling me about some of the businesses she has and things she's doing, all these things she does, and she juggles so many balls at once. I was like, you know what? We gotta talk. I gotta bring you on here and let you talk about what you do. And she was, she was a little nervous.
That's
She was a little nervous,
yeah.
but she still did it. She still did it. So she's here today. Nonetheless, I want to introduce her to my community and just allow y'all to, hear what it is that she has going on. So, with all us doing, man, how are you doing, Kaya?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. And I'm sorry, Kaya, right?
Yeah.
All right, because at first
Kia, Kia.
Kia. See, I get it like
Right.
mixed up. The way it's spelled sometimes it's like okay, Kaya, Kia, but it's Kia.
Yeah. Everybody always mess it up, but it's okay.
All right, cool. She's so cool. She's so cool. She doesn't get mad. She's so laid back. But Kia, I want to make sure I'm getting it right. So Kia. All right. So with
Mhm.
that said, man, we have Kia on here. Again, I thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for wanting to just be on and talk to me, just sit down and talking with me. What made you want to do this? What made you finally get to that point to where you were like, okay, I'll open up. I'll do this.
I've seen a lot of people on your show, like on Instagram, just to look, because I used to always see you on Snapchat. I was like,
Mhm.
ooh, he records. I'm like, that's nice. And like I've seen the different interviews that you had of other
Mhm.
people, and then the one that was Marianne in it. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. It seemed amazing, and I seen that you're actually doing a great work. So I was like, why not? Like, let me just try and see if I can get an interview with them one day, maybe, let me just try and
Mhm.
see. Even though I'm so nervous, but it's okay. Yeah.
I love it. I love that. I love that. Even though you were nervous, you still decided to do it. You still decided to come on and share your story, share a little bit about who you are. Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, it's my first time. Yeah.
Wow. Why? Why? Have you ever had the chance? Like, have you ever had somebody?
I'm like, I get so nervous when it comes to camera and stuff. So, like, I don't know. I have never done this. This is my first time.
But you post on Snapchat all the time. So are you really nervous?
Yes, because that's my camera. That's my camera. That's why. But I don't know. It's nerve-wracking a little bit.
That's true. That's true. When people are sitting down with you and asking you questions, it is a little nerve wracking. Because you
Yeah.
don't even know what I'm gonna ask. I didn't send you any questions.
Right.
And that's the good part. Like you allowed me to be natural. You allowed me to be myself. So I appreciate that too. Yeah. I think what it is that caught my eye about you is seeing you on Snapchat. You're all on Snapchat. You post like 20 snaps a day.
Yeah.
Um,
More sometimes.
more
Yeah.
sometimes. I think that right there alone kind of captured me because your cousin, Marion, she's the same way. She posts like 80, 80
Mm,
times a day.
you're right. It's
She
always on there.
always on there, always on there. And y'all are supposed to be doing a podcast too, right? Isn't that something that
Yeah,
y'all
we're
are?
supposed to do a podcast together. Yeah.
Okay, who
At
came up
least
with
he's
that idea?
practicing. Look at me. Huh?
No, say it again. I'm sorry.
I said at least Marion is practicing and look at me, nervous. I don't know how I'm trying to do this, but I feel like with her, it's like she brings like the best out of me. So
Nice.
um I feel like it's gonna be a great podcast.
Mm.
Yeah.
Who came up with the idea? Was it you or was it her?
Oh, then Mary came up with the idea. It was all
Wow.
her idea. Yeah.
Wow. So what are y'all going to be talking about? What did y'all have y'all decided what are you going to be talking about? Things like that?
Yeah, I feel like she mainly want to focus on like being like a positive impact to like, like the Bantu community. Not just that, but like being like a good impact to like teenagers and
Yep.
like kids that are actually going through a lot in their like
Hmm.
homes and stuff.
Yeah.
And just, just telling them, hey, it's gonna be okay, and like you're gonna get out of that, and you're gonna start doing great things in life, like something like that.
Mm.
That's about it.
That is awesome. So the target audience is is pretty much teens.
Yeah, teens, like kids, basically, like kids that are now growing up that don't have anybody to look up to. Like
Yeah.
for us, like me and Marianne, we're in high school. We really didn't have anybody to look up to. Like we
Yeah.
wanted to do sports, we wanted to do like a lot of things, but you would never really see like a lot of girls with headscarf and like that are actually doing sports.
Yep.
So we wanted, to be that role model to other girls. Like me and Marianne literally like I feel like we did like all kinds of sports in high school. We did
Mm.
volleyball. We tried out for volleyball. We tried out for basketball, like soccer, cross country, like tennis. Like you will see like a lot of black people like
Yeah.
playing tennis.
Yeah.
Like that's not really our
That's not really
sport,
our sport.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but like we were like, you know what, let's just try and see if we're gonna actually really like it, and we
Yeah.
did it. Like just to kind of have people like that are that are like us
Hmm.
actually doing it, and then have other girls who want to join that are scared, to join the
Exactly.
team and stuff like that. Like, yeah, just basically just being a positive role model to
Mm.
teens. That's about it.
That's so dope. And again, just to backtrack a little bit too. Where are you from? Let's go back to that too. Where are you from
Oh,
originally? Yeah.
yeah, I'm originally from Kenya.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then I came here like when I was like around 6 years old. I basically grew up here. I basically adapted to like the American culture. And I still have my culture also, but like
Nice.
I feel like it's cool to have like two cultures at the
Yeah.
same time. Like actually practicing both of them. And I feel like it makes me different and unique from other people.
Mm. Were you afraid to express your Kenyan culture when you came to America? Like, did you always feel like, man, I'm wearing my hijab, or man, did you feel different at all when you would be in school or around American people at times as
Yeah,
well?
like like I always felt different. I always felt like I never belonged, That's the thing. Who's calling
Mm.
me at this time?
No, you good. All right. So yeah, you were just going back into you felt like you left off with you felt like you were always different.
Yeah, I always
Mm.
felt like I was different compared to like the other groups, and like I used to go to like what the
Mm.
McMillan Magnet Middle School. It's like here.
Mm.
It was for like I guess smart kids or something like that.
Yeah.
And um over there, I was the only Muslim girl that went to that school,
Wow.
and man, I felt they made me feel like so different. Like they used to bully me and stuff.
Mm.
But you know what? I was like, you know what? I really didn't care. But that didn't make me change who I am. Like I was still me. I still wore my headscarf. I never really wanted to
Nice.
change stuff because of what other people think of me. Or like maybe because I was just like my confidence level was like up there. Like I just always felt comfortable in my skin.
Mm.
I felt comfortable in wearing my hijab. And like it's because like my parents at home just made me feel like, you know what, you shouldn't change yourself for anybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they say to you, how they look at you. Just be yourself, you know?
Mm.
So I feel like that kind of helped me out in school. And then later on, my parents kind of changed my school because it was getting bad.
Yeah.
But then me and Maria started going to the same school. And it was like the experience over there was way big different. It was like a
Mm.
diverse school. So it was like really nice, you know?
Mm.
So yeah.
Marion told me the same thing. She told me how she experienced, people pulling off her hijab or,
Um,
trying to, just in some sense bully her and things of that nature. She told me how you stood up for her, how you would stand up for her and protect her. Do you remember that?
Yep. I be man. I used to be the fighter, and I feel like my mouth just can't stop. Like I mean, like when I was in high school, like I just felt like I don't know, like I just felt like I had to be an advocate for a lot of people because like kids can be mean and cruel, you know. Like they can be very, very mean, and like I'm like just because a person is different from you or a person is wearing a headscarf, that doesn't mean that like we can't be friends or like we can't talk and like and we're more alike than you think. You know,
Exactly.
some people think that we're so different
Yeah.
because I have a headscarf on. I'm like I'm black, you black, okay? You white and I'm black, but it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Like we can be friends or we can be cool. They used to pick on her a lot, like
Mhm.
because she was short and small. Marion was really, really
Aw.
she was really small. I was small. I was short and small too, but like compared to her, like she was very, very
Mhm.
small. And I just
Yeah.
felt like I had to be like the big sister all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, you want to fight? I'm like, meet me at the playground or something like that. Like meet me at the playground. Don't be messing with my sister,
Yeah.
But we had some good times and bad times. Even in high school, used to be like that. Like, oh my God, that used to be so annoying. Like every time we get out of sports, there were these boys that are acting like they're trying to act like they're bad and everything. And like they're just being annoying and irritating. I'm like, dude, high school now, come on,
Yeah. Come on.
grow up. But at the end of the day, it was all about experience. It was all about like the things
Mm.
that we had to face in life and just, grow out of them.
Why do you think people act like that? Why do you think people act like that towards people that are different? Like, why do they want to bully them? And why do you think they do that?
I just feel like sometimes when people are miserable and like they're not happy within themselves, they try to, I don't know, like if they see like you're actually a happy person and
Yeah.
like you're a good person, that kind of like they want to be like
They
you.
want
They
to
want
be
to be
like,
yeah, they want to be happy. So they'll try to pick on the people that are actually happy and that are actually doing them. They'll pick on them
yep,
to make them feel bad about themselves for
yep,
just being themselves. And I feel like if you're miserable, then you're miserable. Like you wouldn't want anything good for anybody else. You're just not a happy person.
yeah, yeah. This is so true. What you saying right now, what you just said just then is so true. I feel like people are so miserable in themselves, miserable in what it is that they're doing. Um, that they, like you said, they try to push that onto the next person. They want the next
Mm-hmm.
person to be miserable. Oh, I can't be happy. I'm not happy. So then you're not being happy.
Yeah.
Something's probably going on in their house or something's probably going
Mm-hmm.
on, somewhere else that's making them be that way.
Yeah.
Um, you also mentioned though that you were always confident, that you were like, I'm not changing for nobody. I'm not like
Yeah.
I love that. Go into that a little bit. Like what did your parents teach you that made you like that? Like that's amazing.
Like my mom always used to be like every morning we were going to school. I feel like it's like she used to just talk stuff into our heads,
Yep.
And I feel like your first teachers are your parents, and if your parents are like very kind to you, like very nice to you, and like you kind of like attract that. And then like when you go out in the real world, like go out, like go to school or like the environment at home and the environment at school is way different. Like it's way different. So like I felt like my mom every morning, like we would go to school, like she'll give us snacks and stuff like that, and like always tells, hey, you always be kind to people, always be
Mhm.
nice to people, like
Mhm.
kindness attracts, like it will attract. So always be kind.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like George, my mom used to always be like, okay, when I come home, I could tell, hey mom, like this person said this to me, like they're cussing me out at school, like they're saying bad things to me, and she'd be like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, they do say those things to you. Do
Yeah.
grass grow on your skin? She'd be like, do you have grass growing on your skin because they said you ugly? Or you ugly? You feel ugly?
Mm.
I'd be like, no. She'd be like, okay, then you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're not ugly.
Mm.
So don't let what other people say to you affect you as a person and make you change who you really are. So
Mm.
like that helped us out a lot. And like, even my mom and dad, like they were like basically our second parents. And sometimes my mom
Wow.
and dad would switch and take us to school. And
Mm.
like I remember like my aunt used to like heat us noodles, like noodles, ramen noodles for
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah.
But she'd be like, y'all need to eat before y'all go to school. I'm like, who eats noodles for breakfast? But or like that's what we ate. Like in the morning, my aunt would bring me one, and I have she would bring me one. And we eat noodles for breakfast when we go to school.
Oh, man.
And then my uncle used to always be like, just be good to people, be nice to
Yeah.
people, and like
Mhm.
just be kind. And when you're being kind, nothing else around you like can affect you. So
Mm.
I feel like we just pick on that and just just be nice to kids and just people like this at school. So except for the bullies.
Wow. Except for the bullies. Yeah, yeah.
Except for the bullies.
That is so, so dope, man. To know that y'all had each other, that y'all were able to, support each other, that you were there for her, she was there for you. Just hearing that, just listening and hearing that, hearing both of you and the story that you both are sharing and the connection you both have. I see
Yeah.
it. I see the
Yeah.
connection you both have. I love it. Um, it really amazes me, now that I'm actually thinking about it and just like pondering it. Um, when when it came to, I guess, in a sense, you accepting and being bold in who you are, what I'm saying, walking in who you are, not changing for anybody, did you find yourself a lot of times being alone or isolated?
Yeah, a lot of times,
A lot of
like
times.
yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
How would you deal with that? Would you say that did you say that you enjoyed it? Would you say that, oh man, I wanted more friends? Or how did you balance that, or how did you go about dealing with that loneliness?
Like for me, I really could care less for friends. Even
Careless, yeah.
me being an adult,
Yeah.
I barely have friends. I have like one, well, I'll say probably like two best friends, which is Marian and this other friend that I have.
Yeah.
Like besides them, I don't have any friends, and I try not to have friends. Like the more
Mm,
having a circle, it's like I don't know, like you hardly get a lot from people. And I'm the type of person like I'd rather have impact on other people. Like
mm.
if I meet people, it's not like I hate humans.
Right.
I mean, in meeting new people, but
Mhm.
if I were to see you today
Yeah.
and like be like, okay, next time you see me, and be like, oh hey, I remember you. Like you were so nice to me, you were so kind to me. I remember you. Like I want to have that type of effect on people, and just move on with life. Come meet you and be like, hey, just like like share a moment. Like
Yeah.
I live for the moment,
Hmm.
and I just try to make my life the best as it can be, and
Hmm.
I don't like allow like anything or anybody just to affect me. I don't mind having friends or nothing, but I just try to live life for me,
Yep. Hmm.
and I try to live it the best way that I can.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Like I never
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna say like feeling lonely, like lonely. Like I would
Yeah.
say I was lonely, but
Yeah.
I would say I hardly had friends in high school. The only friend like you would ever see me in high school was with Marion. Like everywhere
Hmm.
Marion's at, I'm at, and
Yeah.
everywhere I'm at. So I just felt
Mm.
like I never really felt lonely because I always had somebody. I always had
Mm.
somebody in my corner. Like if there's events going on, we always go together,
Yeah.
like prom, homecoming, dance, whatever it is, we're
Yeah.
always together. So I never really felt lonely.
So you think it's wise to have a small circle?
Yeah, to me it is wise. Say sit down.
Yeah.
Me and his wife have a smart soul. Come sit here. Come sit here. To me, his wife have a smart soul
Yeah.
circle. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Because you mentioned it, like you said, there's there's very few friends. As I grow older, I notice myself. I'm like, man, I have very few friends. Very
Yeah.
few people I would call friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's hard to find friends.
It's hard to find good friends because not everybody can be your friend. Unless you the type of person like anybody can be your. I mean, not anybody can be my
I
friend. Like I gotta check you first. I gotta
gotta
check your
check you. Yeah.
if you can be a good friend or not.
Yeah. 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 You seem so mature. Like you seem like, how old are you again?
26.
You don't seem 26 at all, man. Like you look super young. Like you look like you could be 18. But
Mm-hmm.
you seem the way you act, the way you are, your demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably see you being like 45. Like
Oh, that's cool. I'll
it's good.
take it.
It's good. It's good. It's good though.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it shows that you're very mature. You're very mature. You're very like you know who you are. You are confident in yourself. Again, you mentioning your friends, your circle. There's a lot of 26-year-olds that do not think like you.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. They're
I,
still. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said, yeah, I doubt it.
I doubt it. Exactly. Exactly. They still want to go out, party. They still want to do all the other things like that. what made you? What in your life happened? Was it you maybe having your kid? Was it you maybe something else? What made you like? Yeah, what made you get into this type of mindset? Like, how'd you get like this at 26? Like, what made you become so mature?
Because like for me, I felt like as a child, like I really had to grow up fast because number one, my parents came here when I was 6 years old.
Yeah,
So like not knowing how to speak English or nothing like that. Like
yeah.
I both don't know how to speak English. So I just felt like as the basically the eldest child, like I'm not the oldest child, but I feel like my sister got married at a young age.
Mhm.
And then the second person was my brother. He barely like he speaks English and stuff like that, but like when it comes to our language, like he wasn't really kind of like fluent like that with it. So I felt like I was fluent in our language and I was also fluent starting to get fluent in English. So I just felt like I had to step up, like
Yeah.
and be the mom and dad basically because like I had to help my siblings out.
Mm.
I had to help my parents out. Like anytime they had like an interview or like paperwork or like have
Wow.
anything going on for work, like I was that type of person. Like I had to be there.
Wow.
So that kind of helped me like, at the place I'm at right now because like
Mhm.
I had to be a parent at a young age. I had to grow up at a young age. Like I just went through a little hardship until my parents kind of got used to the American culture and like how things go and stuff like that. Like even till this day, like my mom always on my phone.
Mhm.
Hey, like
Mhm.
I have an interview here. Like hey, like there's sending me this paperwork and stuff like that. Can you come help? Like I don't mind helping because I feel like my
Wow.
parents like was there for me through thick and thin.
Absolutely.
So like it's kind of like even me doing these little things is nothing compared to what they did for
What
us.
they did. Hmm.
I feel like that's what made me mature, knowing where
Mm.
I came from, knowing my background, and like just like actually just going through a lot of struggle in life.
Struggle, yeah.
It shaped up my life and made me the person that I am today.
I noticed that about a lot of immigrants. I noticed
Yeah,
that like about a lot of immigrants, they're very like I've met I have all kind of friends. Like that's why I can talk like this. I have
yeah,
friends from Kenya, Nigeria, Ethiopia. Like I've met people my entire life. I grew up around just everybody. Like white, black. I grew up with everybody. Asian. Like it does not matter. My entire upbringing is like that. So I'm used to being around a bunch of immigrants, people from, Iran, all different type of places.
mhm,
And I always would notice because I'm from here. So I always would notice. I'd be like, man, they always seem so like they
mature.
always seem yeah so mature. Like especially I would meet a lot of Nigerians, and they would just be very focused. Very the grades were like always on point. Like they always were just very very fast and accelerating. It seemed like they just never played around. It was like man, they
Yeah,
always stayed focused. You, what about it? What is it with immigrants compared to like people who are just naturally here in America? What is it? What's the difference? Why is that? Why would you say
I
that
feel
is?
like I feel like
Mhm.
the kids here they can be kids.
Yeah,
The times where like when I was young, my
yeah,
friends go outside. They'll go to the playground, right? They'll play, they'll have fun, they'll
yeah.
do what kids do. And then for me, I was that one kid that couldn't barely even go to the playground because I don't got the time for the playground. Okay,
Wow.
it's either I'm always working on school stuff or always helping my parents at home
Yeah.
doing dishes, clean up the house. Like I just felt like
Mm-hmm.
I had to just grow up.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between us is just that, like, the fact that those kids had the chance to be kids. Like, they had the chance to grow up, be a kid, be a teenager, do the things that they wanted to do as kids. But for us, it's different. Like, we had to grow up. Like, we went through, what you call it, like, we went through wars, like, we went
Yeah.
through hardship, we went through poverty. And then because all those things that we went through, because that's the way our environment was,
Yeah.
it gives us like a different aspect of life. Like
Mm.
our brains think, and the way the brains that the kids that are born here think is two different things.
Different
Like
things.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
two different things. And like the kids here are like less mature, and
Yeah.
us we're very very mature. And
Yeah.
it's always been like that. And I have noticed that about a lot of immigrants also because I'm just like the way the Mexican kids are, and the way like
Yeah.
Nigeria or like just the different like cultures are, and the way the American kids are just
Yeah.
two different things. Like just I don't know. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I noticed it. I noticed it. I grew up around immigrants all my life. Coming up, that's like half my childhood. So I know, and I would always see it. We would talk about it. I would talk to them about it, and they would just tell me all those different type of things as well. What's going back in the country, how they
Mm-hmm.
had to, how they came here on like a education visa, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I can't play around because I came here on education. Oh, I think you're breaking up, Kiya. All right, yeah, yeah. You ain't running from me. Nah, this is getting too good. This is getting too good.
Like we're done
Yeah,
for tonight.
yeah. She trying to get away, y'all. So I'm trying to get her. I bring her back every time it goes out. I'm bringing her back. But but nah, nah, nah. I love it. I love the difference. I love how you were able to kind of break that down because I think a lot of people need to hear that. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are in elementary school, middle school right now who are immigrants, and there's some kids who are here, and they may have people in their school who are immigrants. They may see people who or children who wear hijabs that you then now can speak up for, because of that bullying and the immaturity that goes on in schools. What advice would you give someone that's being bullied that's a Muslim right now? Like if they're dealing with the hijab thing and someone's pulling their thing off there, what would be the advice you would give them?
The advice I'll ever give them is that like to never change who you really are. Always be yourself and always try to have that like have a confidence in yourself, you know?
Mm.
Because if you do have confidence, ain't nobody gonna change you, you know?
Mm.
Like you can be yourself, just be happy within yourself. If you're happy within yourself, like nothing else in this world can destroy you, you know?
Mm. Mm.
So just be yourself, but also remember to be kind to people. That's it. Like just be kind.
Wow. My goodness. That was so good. That was such a good response, man. Did you write that? You had that written down. You read that from somewhere. She's reading the internet. She's reading on the internet.
I have a board right here in front
Yeah,
of me.
she's looking. She's like, be be kind and let them know. I'm like,
Yeah, fine, okay. The board is right there in front of me, so I got a slideshow that's helping me out.
hey, that was so good for real. Like, I respect that. I love that. Your response was amazing. Um, oh my goodness. Okay, when it comes down to what you're doing now, where are you now in terms of what you do, if you don't mind sharing? The businesses you have. What are some of the things you're doing now? Now, being an immigrant from Kenya, where where's Kiya today? Where are you right now today? What are you doing? What things do you have established? Uh-oh, it's doing it again.
Like doing it again.
Yeah, it's doing it again. If you can hear me, I would say
I can
don't.
hear you.
Okay, I can hear you a little bit. Hold on, let me pause it. All right, so we were getting into the things that you do now. So where are you now today? What is your job or what do you do? And then also in terms of businesses, I know that you own a few businesses as well. If you could tell us a little bit about those as well.
Um, I work at a place, company called Majors. I'm a manager there, or full time. And then I also run my other business from home. I do like Kia's Kitchen, which is I cook food on like daily basis, like depending on how like orders and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have like Kia's Boutique. It's a like basically like modest clothing line, and I sell like basically almost everything, but it's mostly like on modest, like it has not, it's just modest clothing. So,
Yeah.
and then what do I do? Oh yeah, and I have my skincare business. That's why my skin is flawless.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
I created my own. Yeah, because my skin is bad, it's very sensitive. So I try to like create skin like product that mainly works for my skin and also for like sensitive skin. My focus was mainly for sensitive skin because like you will hardly see a lot of products for that. So I
Yeah.
decided to come up with my own organic, like skincare, and it's been working wonders. Okay,
I see it.
like all
Mm-hmm.
the people that have used it, it's actually it's good. You're gonna have to try it out for you to see.
Mm-hmm.
And next, I'm working on like doing a face wash. Hopefully, it turns out really nice because it's working for me for now. But I always try it on myself first. Probably take it out and like
Yeah.
let my customers try it out. I try it on myself, try it on my family members, and then once I see this actually working, then I kind of like put it out to the public. And I also do like henna, a little henna here and there. I don't know if you know what
Mm.
henna is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I do henna.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's it. That's it. That's me. Okay, that's Kiya right there.
That is so dope. What